You know, I got a daughter. She's 16. She spent a lot of years going to them security gates at prison, right? And we've had our ups and downs, but, you know, recently things are good. And thank you, Lord. And I could imagine her getting a couple years older. She likes agri. She wants to be a farmer. She wants to be a cowboy. I think that's great. But I couldn't imagine her going to school one day, coming out of the dorm or maybe the classroom, taking a walk, a long walk. You know, them universities are big, right? Especially them ones with nursing in them, agri. And having to go a long way around to catch her car or her class, and on some trail or off some remote concrete walkway, she gets murdered. Isn't that what happened to Laken Riley? I think in America, we like the fight. We're a bunch of fighters. I'm a fighter. Lord knows you'd have to be a fighter, go through all the stuff I put myself through. And I think when it comes to combat sports, we really like them, right? A little blood, a little elbow, a little headbutt, right? And so be it if one or two competitors should meet their death in a ring. We would understand that. That's part of the competition and spirit of fighting. But woe to that motherfucker that brings the fight to the innocent, the victimless, the one that was just traveling down a path that met a man one day that fought for her life, right? For 17 minutes, she fought for her life. And the most deliberating factor, the one that set everything in stone. Listen, you could take the chisel and the hammer and you could begin to write this in the stone, for it is the way it is, right? Is that the man's DNA was underneath her fingernails. She clawed for her life. She struggled. She fought all the way to the end. And as a dad, as an American, as a fucking ex-convict, right? I don't think life in prison's good enough for that. I don't think that's a fair trade. No. I'm ready to bring back public executions. When the facts are so prevalent, when there's such a strong case. Yeah, I don't know as a dad, and I'm not mocking or hurting that man or her mom, but I don't know if I could live like with that. I would probably catch another charge. I would probably make $50,000 or $60,000 and then pay the right people to make sure that when I caught the charge, I went to the same prison, right, as that man. I would hunt him like he hunt my daughter. And then I would find me a piece of steel. And on that day when he thought he was going to go eat chow or go catch his commissary or go to church, he would meet me in the hallway and justice would be served. We're fixing to see some tough stuff in America because we're fixing to make some tough actions. And they're going to paint it as all this stuff. But I want you to understand that justice isn't pretty. Right? I'm an Old Testament guy. I believe in an eye for an eye, an ear for an ear, a finger for a finger, right? In cases where the evidence and burden of proof is so great, we must return to the hardcore shit for our children, for their safety, for the welfare, for the love of a father and the love of a mother. We deserve the right to go and meet the Lord knowing our children are going to be okay. And it's going to take a tough stance, but by God, look at them shoulders. And those shoulders there are not just mine, but they're the shoulders of the American people. God bless Laken Riley and her family. I'm a dad. I ain't been the best dad. Never gonna get that. Never gonna get that title. But I got a lot of love in me, and I got a lot of rage. And sometimes you flip the coin on that shit, and I'd flip the coin on that dude's head, and it would be off, right on television. Fluid English.